seed is buried. It sits silently for a while, just under the ground. Slowly, quietly, with enough sunlight and water, it begins to creep upward.
An idea sits silently for a while. Slowly, with enough collaboration and a few rough drafts, it begins to form. It blossoms. Today, we want to share how Cornerstone University Enactus cultivated and grew new ideas this year.
2019 marked the 10th anniversary of Cornerstone University Enactus. It has been amazing to see the long-lasting impacts in our community and around the world.
Today, we're going to share about two of our projects and the ways our team has used entrepreneurial leadership to make sustainable impact.
I'm the project leader for one of our more recent projects, ESPERANZART. It all started in 2015 with a trip to Quito, Ecuador, when some of our students visited a nonprofit named Casa Adalia.
I was drawn to this project team because of the opportunity to help fight human trafficking. The International Labor Organization estimates that there are over 20 million victims of human trafficking globally. Unfortunately, this has led to an estimated $12 billion ending up in the pockets of traffickers.
Ecuador has been reported as a source, transit, and destination country for sex trafficking and forced labor. According to the International Justice Mission, impoverished women and children are among the most vulnerable to these forms of slavery.
It's no secret that trafficking is a huge issue to tackle. In fact, the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal number 5, gender equality, seeks to eliminate all forms of violence against all women and girls, including trafficking and other types of exploitation.
Lack of NGO resources for trafficking victims has caused the situation to become even more dire, especially when compounded by generational poverty, neglect, and abandonment.
But nonprofit organizations such as Casa Adalia have chosen to stand in the gap for girls at risk of being trafficked or who have been rescued from the sex trade.
In 2014, Casa Adalia opened its doors as a safe house for girls between 18 and 24 years old in Quito, Ecuador, who desperately needed hope and healing. Some of these women began making jewelry out of natural organic seeds and selling these products in order to make a living for themselves. Out of this, ESPERANZART was born.
Esperanza is the Spanish word for hope. To many, a necklace is just an adornment. But to the girls at Casa Adalia, these necklaces are a means of survival, a way of life, and a message of hope.
Last year, our Enactus team practiced entrepreneurial leadership by pairing up with ESPERANZART to help these women increase their sales. Through a focus on innovative digital marketing techniques, we were able to help them implement a new marketing strategy. This included increasing their social media presence and using Shopify, a multinational e-commerce company, to list products for online purchasing.
Our team has used United Nations Sustainable Development Goal number 8 as a framework for this project, focusing on increasing employment opportunities for women in the safe house.
In addition to driving ESPERANZART's marketing strategy, we also manage the inventory and sales in the United States, allowing them to reach customers both here and in Ecuador.
This partnership has been very impactful for ESPERANZART. When we first started working with them, all of their social media accounts had under 300 followers. Now, all of ESPERANZART's social media accounts have over 1,000 organic followers, and the branches are continuing to grow.
Not only that, but with the help of our team, ESPERANZART has attained over $6,000 in sales in 2019, which is a 567% increase from 2018.
This year, we grew our connection with Casa Adalia and ESPERANZART as our two project leaders were able to visit Casa Adalia in Ecuador and meet the 8 women and several of their family members that are impacted by ESPERANZART. They were able to build stronger relationships with the women, identify their needs, and gain a deeper understanding for how the products are made.
This allowed us to deepen our roots, as the project leaders were able to gather photo and video content to use for marketing, as well as assist Casa Adalia with a painting project and observe the operations in the jewelry making workshops. This trip also made a great impact on the project leaders and helped ignite a passion within them.
Last year, Esperanza Art's online sales totaled $3,300, over half of their revenue for the year. Our short-term goal is to increase Esperanza Art's online sales to over $5,000 this year in order to help more women find freedom and to provide them with a sustainable income.
Our long-term goal is to help Esperanza Art achieve a sustainable business model and employ more women in their jewelry workshop. We believe that we'll be able to achieve this goal through the creative efforts of our Enactus team.
Speaking of creative efforts, this past year our team decided to look deeper into developing our group innovation by facilitating think tanks, creative sessions in which the project leaders pose problems to the whole team to solve using design thinking.
In groups of 4 or 5, the team approaches problem solving through different lenses in order to come up with unique solutions. For example, how might a doctor solve this problem, or how might a librarian solve it?
By the end of the think tank, our team typically generates around 200 ideas on how to solve the problem, with 2 to 3 solutions that are presented to the project leader to implement.
So far, this process has helped work through issues in 4 of our projects, including our annual International Artisan Market.
I was able to volunteer at the International Artisan Market this year and was so excited to learn the idea for this project was also born on a study abroad trip to Quito, Ecuador.
As students on the study abroad trip visited several local nonprofit organizations, they demonstrated entrepreneurial leadership by identifying a need. The entrepreneurs and artisans within these nonprofits had many unique products, but a limited market in which to sell them in.
When the students returned, they began to brainstorm about how to meet this need. What if we held a craft fair on our campus for community members to come and shop for fair trade goods? Though it was only a small seed, the team saw the potential growth.
In 2015, with an innovative approach and a focus on artisans with social purpose, the first International Artisan Market was held.
We had 23 local and international vendors attend our first ever market. Our team worked to communicate with vendors, promote the event, recruit volunteers, and assist customers. To our excitement, we had over 300 customers at our first ever market, and the vendors made a collective sales of over $5,000.
We charged local vendors a table fee and used that money to build revenue that could be used for the next year's market.
However, we didn't stop there. The market has now grown to towering heights. This past fall, we hosted the 5th annual International Artisan Market.
Throughout the years, our team has intentionally increased vendor recruitment and marketing efforts in order to increase the amount of customers at our market. This year, as a direct result from our think tank brainstorming, we have worked to equip vendors with marketing material to reach their local customer base.
We have also been featured on 2 local news channels and 2 local radio stations, further extending our reach. This year, we had a total of 53 vendors at our International Artisan Market, and our goal is to continue this growth path by having 65 vendors in attendance at the 2020 market.
Not only that, but our foot traffic has also increased. From 300 customers in 2015, we had over 840 people come through this year's market. That's over a 180% increase.
In addition to selling artisan goods, we wanted to educate the local community about Sustainable Development Goal number 8, decent work and economic growth.
According to Forbes.com, 86% of millennials are looking to purchase responsibly sourced products. We want to connect those customers with our vendors.
One example of the type of vendor you might find at the market is Global Infusion, a local shop located in Grand Rapids, Michigan, known for its commitment to ethical business practices and fair trade goods.
The owner of Global Infusion, Joanna, said, "Because of my participation in the market, I've been able to connect with other businesses and organizations that are doing fair trade and social work around the world as well as domestically. I also have introduced many new people to my business, therefore generating new customers and increased awareness of Global Infusion."
This year's market was by far the most impactful that we have had, with over $18,000 in sales. We also had 14 vendors that had a social purpose, as well as 39 local artisans that we were able to connect with new customers.
Connecting vendors with customers is an important part of the market's mission. In fact, that's exactly how we got connected to ESPERANZART.
Before ESPERANZART ever sold products online, we sold a small inventory of their products at the 2016 market. When Casa Dahlia staff realized how many people in the United States loved their product, our team took action, developing an innovative plan to sell their products online and increase ESPERANZART's social media presence. This branch has been growing ever since.
As our tree continues to grow, we hope that its branches stretch out to provide shade, impacting and improving the lives of others.
With innovation, business principles, and a lot of hard work, we know that our team will reach new heights.
While remembering our humble roots, we will continue to create sustainable, positive impact in our community.
This is Cornerstone University Enactus. Our focus:
Innovation,
Growth,
Impact,
and passion
will take us all to new heights. Thank you.